Hey everyone, my name is Andrea. I've wanted to jump on the Flosstube bandwagon for a long time, so I thought now might be the time to finally do that. I'm 31, I'm from Newfoundland in Canada, and I'm in cross-stitching for about 4 or 5 years, which is not a long time compared to a lot of people, but not a short amount of time either. I only have two finishes though, because I like to do heaven and earth designs, which are giant. I can only show you one of them though because the other one is in my friend's office at work and I'm not going to be going into the office anytime soon. So here is my one finish that I can show you. It is Pumpkin Passport by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It was a Sal and I finished it about a year late, but I did finish it. Sorry if I look at myself instead of at you. I was just trying to make sure I had everything in frame. Okay, now I'm going to show you my whips. I have one of them. I can't. There's my cat behind me. One of my cats. His name is Houdini. Look at his little face. Look at his little face. Sorry, I'm a cat person. Okay, so I have a few whips. One of them I actually can't find since I moved into the house in June. So I need to find that because he's gone. Because I had quite a bit done on it and I really want to finish it. And it's a giant heaven and earth design, so I don't want to have to redo like 3 pages worth. But yes, if I have to, I will. Okay, so my first whip, and I'll insert a picture here to show you what she's going to look like when she's done, is SK Iris Keeper. And I think the art is by Josephine Wall, and it's a heaven and earth design. I don't have very much done on this one yet. Sorry. Okay, next we have Plum Pudding by Glennon Place. And he is going to look like this when he's done. He's for that same friend who I mentioned who has my other finish in her office at work. She loves purple and gray, but mostly purple. Okay, next we have another Heaven and Earth design story keep. It is S.K. Gossamer Princess, and the art is by Selena Fennick, I believe. And I've noticed going through my patterns that I have saved on my OneDrive that Selena Fennick and Rachel Anderson seem to be my two favorites. Oh, and Stephanie Law. And Josephine Wall and Anne Stokes. So I like a lot actually. Okay, so this one is another story keep. The art is by Stephanie Law and it's a Heaven and Earth design. I'll put in a picture of what it's going to look like when it's done. Okay, another story keep. This one is Story Keeper, and it's for another one of my friends. And I'm hoping that she'll like it when it's done. I'll insert a picture of what it's going to look like here. I did it on 28 count Monaco because I wanted it to be smaller than the other ones that I'm doing on a lower count of fabric because I want it to actually be bookmark size like the other ones are for me. I don't care, I'll frame them, but this one I want to actually be bookmark. Okay, so one I've got a little bit more done on is Fairy Moon by Mirabilia. I've got like part of her dress and I think her ankle and her shoe done. She is going to look like this when she's done, except I did her on the blue spruce yogurt fabric instead of on the, what did it call for? I think it was like milk chocolate fabric, because I wanted her to look like she's in the night sky. I'm really sorry if I look at myself a lot this time. I will try to work on that, but it's hard to get used to. Okay, so last but definitely not least is my one that I have the most progress on. It's Hope, and it's by Artisty Cross Stitch, and the art is by Melanie Delon, I believe her name is. And this was before I knew what Heaven and Earth Designs was. Artisty was like the first company I found that was doing the huge full coverage cross stitches, so I bought a few and I really like them, but I kind of wish I had found the Heaven and Earth Design ones first, because that one's a little bigger, so I don't know if it has more detail or not, but you know, overall I'm happy with how she's coming out. So yeah, that's a little bit about me and my stitching, and you know, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me anything in the comments. I like to acknowledge the people that I really watch and like and whatnot. Not that I don't like everybody, but you know, these ones are my particular favorites. I used to watch Carolyn Mazzio a lot before she stopped making Flosstube. She was like the OG Flosstuber that I found that got me like interested in Flosstube and wanting to actually, you know, stitch more and whatnot. I used to stitch when I was a kid, but I didn't really understand the method behind it, so it wasn't good. It was terrible. The back was so ugly. But yeah, Carolyn Mazzio was the first Flosstuber I ever started watching, and she was great. But then she stopped making videos, so that made me sad. There's also Kay's Cross Stitch. I used to watch her all the time, but she hasn't made videos in a few months either. And like, she's great. She kind of reminds me of me a little bit, just a little older, because you know, she has the cat and she lives by herself, and that's pretty much me. Except I have two cats. But yes, she's great. She's funny. She seems so sweet. And I'm sad she hasn't made videos in a little while. And I also watched Katie the Stash Queen, but she hasn't made a video in a little bit either. So yeah, but like just her whips and her needle minders and her fabric and everything she's working on just made me want to buy basically all the things, which is great but also terrible at the same time if you're not trying to spend all the money. But yes, who else? Stitcherista was another one that I watch a lot. I haven't watched some of her more recent videos because since I bought the house in June, I haven't really been watching Flosstube as much, but I'm trying to get back into it, and like some of the ones that I really enjoyed watching, I'm like restarting from the beginning, which is going to be crazy, because I think Stitcherista's up to like over 1,000 Flosstube videos now, so that will be interesting to get caught up on, but like I love Danielle, I followed her through like her journey with recovering from cancer and all of that stuff and getting into the diamond painting, and like she's just so real and I really like that, and it's awesome, you know. And I know some people give her shit for swearing and whatnot, but you know, she's great. But yeah, so that's the major ones that I watch that I can think of off the top of my head. And then there's a few that posted a few videos and then stopped, like that Stitch Cray and a few other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head. I'll make notes for next time. But yeah, so that's just a few shoutouts I wanted to give. So thanks. Bye.